If you have a Hero Session 5 with an external microphone, you need to watch this video. This is going to be the easiest vlog yet. And that doesn't really mean much because I'm like into vlog number 14, 15, something like that. But the last 24 hours has been riddled with nothing but technical difficulties. I'm upset with GoPro. I'm upset with MSI. Before I go any farther, if you have a GoPro Hero Session, a Hero 5, then and you use an external microphone, then you've probably experienced the joy of one-touch recording with no audio. It does work now and then. It's very intermittent. If you stand on one foot, look at a full moon, and point your index finger on your right hand to the south, it might work. But basically what happens is you turn on one-touch recording and you get no audio, and it's just an intermittent thing, and it's very, very frustrating. And I've thrown out a ton of footage because it had no audio, and I just didn't feel like dubbing over or voicing over the video after the fact. So last night, my MSI laptop, brand new laptop, about 2 or 3 weeks old. This laptop is awesome. It's got the latest GeForce video card, 6 gigs of video memory, 16 gigs of RAM. It's advertised to have a 256 gig SSD drive and then a 1 terabyte SATA drive. For you non-geeky people out there, the SSD drive stands for solid state, means it has no mechanical moving parts inside, and therefore it's really, really fast. However, it's a newer technology. They haven't got the density to match the mechanical drives, so they don't hold as much space. And I don't know, I think there's probably, because it's a newer technology, they're probably not as reliable in terms of long lifespans. But it is what it is. It's new technology. It'll, like all technologies, it'll get better and improved, and then one day it'll be replaced by something else. That's the next best thing, right? That's how it goes. The MSI laptop locks up on me, just a hard freeze. Video, audio, keyboard, mouse, nothing responds. Now instantly I know that means I gotta hard power it off, but I wait anyway, just you know, one last hope that it's gonna come back, and of course it doesn't, so I hard power it off. And upon the first power on and many consecutive reboots, restarts after that, I've got no mountable boot volume. Basically what that means is, again, for you non-geeks, my computer will no longer boot up. Yay! Awesome. Then, while I'm fighting these issues, I get this unique opportunity to ride with my Uncle Paul. He just got a new bike, a Royal Enfield. Yeah, I never heard of them either. Anyway, he's over at my dad's house. I run over there, helping my dad finish fixing up his RMZ 450. From there, I ride with my Uncle Paul up to Woodland Park, and the whole time, no audio. Yay for one-touch audio! Good job, GoPro. So I pretty much had enough. I did some research, and I found that it's a common problem. There's lots of blogs and videos where people talk about the problem, and then there's a couple of videos where people talk about the solution, the fix. So the first one I found was Jake the GardenSnake, another well-established motovlogger. Let me try that again. So the first video I find is Jake the GardenSnake, another moto vlogger, well-established moto vlogger. He's got tons of subscribers, really funny guy. Puts together pretty good videos with lots of great content. at any rate, he talks about his vlogging setup, his microphone, camera, hookup in his helmet, and he talks about the GoPro Hero 5 Session one-touch recording audio issue. He doesn't talk specifically about how to fix it, but what he does is he references another video where somebody does exactly that. So I will include the link to Jake the GardenSnake's video in the description of this video. I will also include the link to the second video that Jake the GardenSnake mentions in his video with the actual instructions on how to fix the one-touch issue. In addition to that, we're going to go through the procedure to do that right here in this video. I'm going to just real quickly show you my vlogging setup in my helmet, the camera, the microphone hardware that I use, and how it's all wired in, and then we will walk through the firmware downgrade, which is the fix. That's right, you got to go backwards. So I don't know if it was planned by GoPro, if it's just a bug in their firmware, but essentially firmware newer than 1.5 has this external microphone bug where sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I will say this, I followed the instructions. I downgraded the firmware for my camera to 1.5. I don't remember what it was. It was 2 something, I believe, but I can't be exactly sure. It's a really easy procedure. It took maybe the whole procedure, downloading the firmware, putting it on the camera, letting the camera go through its deal. I think it maybe was 10 minutes the whole time. I then tested it. I did like 5 different consecutive on off using one-touch recording. Audio worked every time. I've never had that happen before. It does change if you use the GoPro smartphone app to configure, download, and manipulate the phone. It will change the way the app looks. Some of the controls will have a different skin on them, but all the functionality is still there. The app just looks slightly different. Not a big deal. So we'll go through that procedure, and I'll show you guys how to do that, and I'll include the links to the other videos that talk about the same thing. I do have to give Best Buy credit for kicking butt. I walked in with my 2 to 3 week old MSI laptop, and I walked out with a new laptop in like 15 minutes, and I gave them a USB drive. I had some data on the old one that I wanted copied over, but I wanted to take the new one home so I could start setting it up and actually work on this video. I was oh man, I was so pumped to get this video out. It's just been a super annoying weekend. Alright man, this is my Hero Session 5 setup on my helmet. You can see we've got the external microphone hookup. It wraps right underneath here. A little zip tie. Probably would look better if I had a black zip tie because it would match everything. And let's see, we got the humongous microphone adapter that GoPro makes you buy. Here's the extension cable. It runs up into the chin area of the helmet. And on the inside, we just bundle up the microphone extension cable here. We've got our Purple Panda microphone right here. I did a little bit of a review on the Purple Panda microphone, I think 1 or 2 videos ago. And basically it just all kind of wraps behind the chin pad right here. So that's it, man. It's pretty simple, pretty clean, works really well. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of those pads that kind of covers the chin area right here. It basically like brings it out to here, and I think that'll help with cleaning up some of the audio. Will prevent a lot of the wind flow from getting up inside where the microphone's at. So this is my old Turtle Beach microphone, and just like the Purple Panda one, I just tucked it in behind the chin pad with the microphone extension cable. And the one thing that is kind of nice about this microphone is it's got this little flex line, and you can kind of bend it and shape it a little bit, and it'll, to a certain extent, it'll hold its form. So that was kind of cool.
but you can see it doesn't have any kind of foam cover. And it just picked up a lot of the wind noise. It wasn't really that good if you were going more than, say, 25 miles per hour, which is almost all the time unless you're stopped at a stoplight. All right, so step one is make sure your GoPro camera is fully charged. This is a really easy process. It's only going to take about 10 minutes. But the one thing that could potentially brick your GoPro, make it unusable, is if the firmware upgrade is interrupted. Okay, so once you've got your GoPro camera fully charged, go ahead and visit the TechSpot website. This is where we can download drivers. Don't worry about the URL. I'll include it in the description below. And then what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down to the bottom. And we've got 4 links here. At least at this point in time, the bottommost link is the Hero 5 session firmware update 1.55. So we're going to go ahead and right click, say save target as. And once that zip file is downloaded, we're going to go ahead and open the folder. And we're going to save the Hero session. We're going to go ahead and at this point, we want to extract all the files and name the directory update. And this is important. It has to be called update. When we copy this to the SD card and plug the SD card into the camera, it's going to look specifically for the update folder. If it doesn't see it, it won't do anything. And there we've got a couple of bin files. Those are the actual binary files that get loaded into the camera, and then we've got a text file here. So once you've got your update folder with the extracted bin files that we downloaded from the TechSpot website, you're going to go ahead and pull your micro SD card from the camera and use a SD card adapter. Plug that into your PC, copy the update folder to the card, and then eject, remove from the PC, pull out the micro SD card, plug it back into the camera, turn the camera on, and it should automatically detect the update folder on the micro SD card and downgrade your firmware to 1.55, and you'll be in one-touch recording heaven everywhere.